Good afternoon, everyone. My entrepreneur that I discovered is Andrew J. Aikens, and according to the Wisconsin Historical Society, he was born in Bernard, Vermont. He edited several newspapers in Massachusetts and Vermont, and worked in a printing office in Boston. In 1847, he became interested in the Daily Wisconsin newspaper. He bought it and actually moved west to Wisconsin in 1854. In 1863, he invented something called the patent insider. One side of the sheet was advertising and the other side was blank, allowing the local publishers to print at low cost. And the advertising side was mostly medicinal products coming out on the market. And by 1868, he partnershiped with Kramer and Kramer, changed the name of the paper from the Daily Wisconsin to the Evening Wisconsin, where he became the editor and the business manager. Again, the Patent Insider, which he created in 1863, kept his newspapers afloat financially. And then later on, he created newspaper unions that sold his one-page preprints from New York to Memphis and eventually all over the country. According to Wikipedia, his news publishers all over the country, about 10,000 of them by 1909 were using his preprinted sheets. And accordingly, that saved them millions of dollars in production costs. Ultimately, by the early 20th century, a new innovation took over, which was, of course, high-speed sheets, and made the production of pre-printed sheets uneconomical. In that sense, Aikens' newspaper empire began to economically decline. Prior to this, he changed his name to Andrew J. Jackson, since the Daily Wisconsin he purchased was formerly owned by Andrew Jackson. And so, the scholarly question that we talked about earlier, whether businesses are formed only for self-interest or to help people, in general, remains unanswered. But in this case, the self-interest benefited both Andrew Jackson Aikens and his family. His wife, Amanda Aikens, went on to become a rather well-known philanthropist and educator and a fighter for women's rights. So there we have a successful entrepreneur in between 1865 and 1900. Thank you.